Welcome to The Explainer. In this crazy, crowded world of online content, the biggest question is, how do you actually stand out? Well, today, we are diving right into the playbook for winning the creator economy, and we're using insights straight from the experts.
Just think about this number, 3 seconds. That's it. That is the entire super short window you get to grab someone's attention online.
So, in a world where everyone's just endlessly scrolling, how do you become the thing that makes them stop? That's what we're here to figure out. We're going to lay out a complete strategic roadmap for you, mixing the best advice on growing your audience with the huge tech trends that are honestly changing the whole game.
Okay, so here's the plan. We'll kick things off with that 3-second challenge, then we'll get into winning the click. After that, we'll talk about building sustainable growth, and to wrap it all up, we'll look at the future, which you'll see is already here.
Okay, let's dive right in. First up, the 3-second challenge. Your first impression is literally everything. You gotta nail this because if you do, you've pretty much unlocked the door to everything else.
And get this, the data here is pretty wild. Meta's research shows that if you can just hook someone for 3 measly seconds, a huge 65% of them will keep watching for at least 10 more. It's like a domino effect. You win the first 3 seconds, you've basically won the next 10.
And here's why this is so critical right now. Let's be real, our collective attention span is just shrinking. I mean, think about it. Back in the year 2000, you had about 12 seconds to make your point. Today, you're lucky if you get 8. That's why those opening moments aren't just important. They are everything. So the big question is, how do you actually win that tiny 3-second battle? Well, it all comes down to the art and science of hooks and titles. And what's so cool is that this has become a real science. It's not just guesswork. The Tape Reel Guide, for example, breaks it down into 10 solid, proven strategies. We're talking everything from a pattern break that just visually stops the scroll to a problem solution hook that shows you get it. It's way more science than art at this point. Okay, here's a perfect example of that problem solution hook. What do you do while you're waiting for your shower to get hot? I mean, come on, we've all been there, right? It hits on this universal little annoyance and it immediately makes you think, yeah, what do I do? Is there a better way? But wait, even before they hear a single word of your hook, they have to click on the video in the first place. And that means your title is the hook before the hook. It's the very first gatekeeper. And the data is crystal clear. Some title formulas are just pure gold. Take this one, for example. You've consumed enough. It's time to start creating. Whoa, that's a direct challenge, right? It just hit a nerve with its target audience and performed 100 times better than the channel's average. 100 times. Here's another one that went viral. 30 years of business knowledge in 2 hours and 26 minutes. See what they did there? It's not just a big promise. It's a huge promise with extreme specificity. And that specificity builds trust. The result? It did 80 times better than the channel's average. Just incredible. All right, so you've got the hook down, you've nailed the title, you got the click. But now what? How do you turn that little spark of attention into a sustainable, growing fire? Well, that's where the system comes in. And the foundation of that whole system is something experts call niche clarity. It's super simple, really. It just means being the absolute go-to person for one specific topic. When you do that, you build authority, and you start attracting an audience that doesn't just watch one video, they subscribe because they know you're the real deal. Now, a huge piece of this puzzle is video SEO. And look, it's not enough to just make amazing content. People have to actually find it. That means you've got to get serious about things like keyword research, optimizing your titles and descriptions, creating custom thumbnails, using the right tags, and even adding captions. You're basically giving the algorithm a clear roadmap to your content. And it goes beyond just SEO. These next things are the pillars that turn a hobby into a real sustainable channel. You need a consistent upload schedule, right? So people know when to come back for more. You have to actually engage with your audience in the comments. That's how you build a real community, not just a view count. You've got to look at your data. YouTube Studio tells you exactly what's working, so you can do more of it. And don't sleep on formats like YouTube Shorts. They can be an absolute rocket ship for getting new eyes on your stuff. Oh, and finally, collaborating with other creators. It's like a cheat code for growth, introducing you to whole new audiences. Okay, so we've covered the tactics for today, but now let's zoom out and look at the future, because the ground is literally shifting under our feet, thanks to technology. And this chart from IDC just lays it out perfectly. The major changes coming from AI, they aren't some far-off sci-fi thing. They're happening right now. Between today and 2028, we are living through this disruption as we speak. And just to give you a sense of the scale here, it's massive. By 2025, which is right around the corner, IDC is predicting that the top 2,000 companies in the world will be dedicating over 40% of their core IT spending to AI. 40%! The money is pouring in. So why the huge investment? Well, it's a direct response to what we've all seen happen. ChatGPT and tools like it, they've taken generative AI from this niche thing for techies and turned it into a mainstream tidal wave. As Ritu Jodi from IDC says, this is AI's first true inflection point in public adoption. But here's the thing, it's not just about AI. There's another huge shift happening at the same time, the move to the decentralized web or Web 3. Let me break it down. The internet we use now, Web 2.0, is basically read/write. We can read stuff and we can write stuff, but big companies like YouTube own the platform and our data. Web 3 is about adding a third piece, own. It's a read, write, own model where you, the creator, actually own your content and your data. It's a huge deal. So let's wrap this all up. The creator's playbook for right now really boils down to 3 key things. First, you have to master the hook. You've got 3 seconds, make them count. Second, you need to systematize your growth. Go beyond one viral hit and build a real process. And third, you have to adapt to the future. Start learning about AI and Web 3 now because they're not coming, they're already here. And that leaves us with one final big question to think about. As AI gets better and better at creating things, writing scripts, making images, you name it, what's going to make human-made content special? What will be our unique value? Maybe, just maybe, it's the one thing AI can't fake, a real, genuine human connection.